All right. What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Struggling Day Trader channel. My name is Hassan. We are live. It's a Saturday morning. I forgot to change the title of the video. We're obviously not live trading today. Having another weekend study session. Got my tea here. And man, crashed and burned yesterday. Uh, Super bad. Hmm. Let's put that there. And hmm. Figure out why I was so stuck on this thing. It opened super weak. Right into this low. Super. Oh, yeah, it actually halted down out of the open. I remember. Yo, what's up, King? Not too much, man. Just jumping on to have a little study session. Yo, what up, Trey? Yeah, that's what's up, bro. That's what's up. Hmm. Man, that's awesome, bro. Congratulations, man. That's awesome. Damn, that's salary, boy. That's that's real nice, man. Hey, but whenever I'm doing good like that, my buddy Trey, he always say chapter 7 because when you win, it does something to your psychology. So be careful. But man, that's super awesome, bro. 20-minute fair value gaps. That is a path I have never ventured down. That's why I was talking about though, Trey, about the candles telling a story. Like, bruh, super weak open, halted down. And then yeah, you get the scramble right back up to highs, but then it just gets slammed down, highest volume of the day, and retraces that green move completely. Like this definitely would be a reset candle in my opinion. And what does it do after? Make a lower high. Yeah, like now it just looks super obvious that this thing was just open super weak. and just stayed weak. And I just stayed stabbing at it. Hmm. Candle by candle, yeah, bro. That's next level, man. Cause I mean, it's not paying attention, bro. Yeah, I crashed out on the LCFY Friday. Yeah, bro, this mug was cooked. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Easy, huh? Yeah. I remember after seeing these two candles, thinking like if those are the two green candles after the red, like this thing is cooked. Like what else is gonna come after this but some red? Yeah, I was gone, man. That's too bad. That's too bad. Dang on rule changes, bro. Hmm. Yeah, I gotta go through these trades, man. I had an objective that I wanted to look for Thursday night, but now I feel like it's different. Um, hmm. Bro, the flip flop is crazy. Cause I'm just like thinking about how my EMA rule would have kept me out of all those LCFY trades. But I was missing a bunch of rebounds, which is just a different trade. It's a different trade. Yeah, I believe so. This was the first one. Blue line's the 20. Second one, I mean, at least it traded below. It didn't close below. Got cooked. Yeah, then this was a lower low. So this was a rule break entry too. It's a double bottom to this low, but it's a lower low to this low. I would need another low at this low to constitute the double bottom I could take an entry on. That's confusing. Nah, I'm just saying if I'm reading like the current trend on the five, like if this is low, this low a day, and then this will be a higher low, right? And then this will be a lower low to that low, and then this will be a lower low to that low. So this is a lower low. Now, if I was on the 15, then it would be a double bottom. You know what I mean? Like that's candle to candle VPA to me. It's making lower lows. I mean, it's trying to. This one tried with all its heart to be a green candle. Just couldn't make it. Yeah. Once the 15 was in a downtrend, I don't want to trade it on the 5. That's actually why I threw that purple EMA up there. Yeah, it's super fading. Yo, what's up, Stanford? Hmm. Holy Grail. I think it is always uptrending though. After higher low on the 15. What's up, Bobby? Hmm. Yeah. Morning, OG. Lesson on discipline. What's that? Well, I don't have any arrows for my FTEL trade. Um, 61 at 955. I am. I have a EMA rule I'm trying to validate or invalidate. I'm trying to see how many of my wins are at at the EMA or above the EMA or below the EMA, and losses too. It's like a rule I keep flip flopping on, and so I want to try to put some data behind it so I can stand on my decision a little better. What up, HH? Yeah, I got a lot of ideas in my head, and I realize these things need to be based on data, not feelings. Yeah, yeah, I believe that, HH, and that's where I've been lacking a lot. So these Saturdays are really cool, intentional time to come in and get some focused computer time. Mhm. What up, Knives? Well, the dark entry I'm taking, Bobby, is just how I'm entering the trade. Cause like usually the trigger candle that I would consider the pivot, I would wait for a new high to be made over the high of that candle. And instead of doing that, I'm buying the break of the close. So it's basically just getting a lower entry on the same trigger. Hmm. Without making a new high, you mean? Nice. Yeah, I see that one is his name Lance? Yeah, he's really getting it popping. 13, 15, 13, 20, 13, 20 at 653. Damn, that's a cold entry. Yeah, for sure I do. And that's why I want to be committed to that come Monday. So that's why I'm going through so I can actually see. Um, and I think it's gonna be something like if it's above the EMA, I don't know. I don't know. We're just gonna have to see. Just gonna have to see. Yeah. But again, it's because I'm not just looking for a bounce off support. I'm looking for the change in trend. So I'm looking for other things too to be, because I want to ride back. I want to go back to pre market high. Like, Yeah, but what I'm saying though, I guess if there's a lot of trades with that entry, Bobby, where that candle would not have broken the trigger candle's high, meaning I would not have taken the trade if that was my entry style, then there's something there with that. But if it goes on to break that high and I would have triggered into that trade anyway, then the risk is the same. It's just the reward is better. Because my stop loss is going in the same place regardless of the entry. A lot of it is there's like a certain way things set up where you can see the setup clear as day. And then there's ways that it sets up that it's not as clear. And I'm taking both of those. Like I don't, even if it's not as clear, if I can kind of make a case that it sort of fits, then I'll take the trade. And I just this the FOMO. It's kind of the same thing where I couldn't even get myself to wait for the higher low because I would want to try other ideas. Even if it wasn't there, I would be able to make a case to still take the trade. Um, I got the 20 EMA and then I got the 5, but the 5 I have on there for the 15. I'm kind of experimenting with not taking trades on the 5 when the 15 is below the 5 EMA, like wanting to keep, but I don't know if that's going to work out or not yet, but um the main EMA I'm using is the 20 on the 5. Right, and then I get in. And if they don't step in higher, then the idea is I don't take the trade. 14. That's exactly the plan, Knives. 14, 19, 754, 14, 19. What? This chart's all messed up. Yeah, I did too. I was on the 9 and the 21 Stanford for a while. Yeah. I'm trying to get in right after it gets done ebbing. HH. Yeah. There's a piece of me every day, HH, that thinks about getting away from these because of that and actually trading stocks that, people invest in over time and anticipate actual value to come out. It just feels so foreign now. I've been trading small caps for so long. Five. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much what I try to do every day. Chili dipper is whatever's on my watch list. I look for uh levels on the higher time frames, the 4 hour, the hourly, and my intent is to take trades around those levels. Hmm. Yeah. $13.52. Man, yeah, that's fire. Um, I'm about to start doing these 3-day squeezes on my Webull account. This is kind of wild. It's not really the factor is going to be the loss. It's 108, 166. It's selling on what? This become a loss. Hmm. So, that's cool. Try out TOS. What's the benefit of moving to TOS? Replay, no level 2 or tape. Scripting like hotkeys though. They got hotkeys. Yeah, 25K account. But you could do same day account, split settlement, no equal risk hotkey. Yeah. Mm, I don't know, man. My entry hotkey is pretty legitimate. Golly. Yeah. Damn, look at this travesty. Oh Lord. Yeah. Just looking at myself getting chopped up. Hmm. Yeah, this is true. Golly, bro. Just kept trying and trying. Mm, I think a lot of the time it's about my entry. Because, I mean, if a bad entry like that goes against me right after I get into the trade, it's like not much you can do about that. Yeah, I'm trying to do better at that. This is me in December sitting here late in the day, still trying to. This is me on my Frank. I've been pretty good about respecting my trading window though, getting out of here after 11 o'clock. And I'm trying to pick and trade the highest volume stocks of the day that fit my criteria anyway. I'm tagging trades, bro. I'm tagging for a specific purpose right now. I'm trying to validate the use of a rule. Yeah, I think so too. Chili dipper. I've been thinking about that a lot lately. Um, yeah, I'm doing that too. HH, I want to see. I feel like there's an aspect of the trend that I'm not being conscious of a lot of the times. Like to buy this right here, like if you just zoom out and look at what's happening. But when you're looking for reversals, that's kind of the problem too. And that's why like I want a reversal in the sense of a higher time frame pullback is a reversal on a lower time frame, not a literal reversal like the whole thing was downtrending and then after you know like all day, this is an all day downtrend, there's no bullishness. I want to trade a moment of weakness in an overall strong stock. I'll show you too. Yeah, I'm working on it. Damn, that was a good trade. Mm. Yeah, kind of trader. Well, the scavenger hunt is just pre-market scanning the gappers. I've stopped switching tickers all day like I used to, where I would just keep fishing. You know what? Uh, no, yeah, I definitely don't want to make it move, but you can kind of see things that aren't there sometimes. I'm trying to make sense of that. Wow, I cut out the trades that I took after 11 o'clock and it went down by half. That's cool. What's up, trader? I'm almost I only got like 7 more left to tag. I don't know if this is even gonna say anything because if most of my trades are at or below the EMA, I don't have any data for November, bro. November was a demo and I didn't paper anything. Yeah, that's the whole goal, bro. That's the whole that's the whole goal, man. Is literally buying support and selling resistance. I want to buy at one line and sell it at the next. And I'm just trying to help myself be consistent in my approach to that. And my issue is less my approach and more being inconsistent, in my opinion. I'm buying support if I'm looking at multiple time frames because I'm analyzing how the price got to support and where it's at in the trend while it's at the moment that it's at support. Well, that doesn't help. Um, 58 trades. Well, I'm not waiting for the 15 minute to get in on the trade. I use the higher time frame for perspective. Okay. I don't know if I'm not sure if this data is what I think it is. So extended above the EMA, 0.94 to 1 ratio. That's pretty tough. 15% win ratio. Um, I'm trying to validate a rule of taking trades extended from the EMA, and I'm just seeing how I've done and making a decision because I keep flip flopping on the decision. So I'm just looking to see the stats on the trades above the chart, below the chart, and I mean that doesn't make sense. At the 20 EMA, 1.84 to 1. It's a lot better. 23%. And below 30%, but trash profit ratio. Okay. 19 trades. Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. Neither category is acceptable. That just seems so obvious though. What do I see? I see the top of the move here. Sellers taking over. And then I see the lower high push that I normally wait for after the top of the move at the open. And then sellers continue back down. And then we'll get some buying that steps in here. And then we squeeze. I mean, this was almost a high day breakout. This was like a major violation. Well, I mean, the obvious best place to enter is down here. And if I had a support level, I would be I would just miss this move based on how things are set up now. Well, I mean, I can just tell by looking at the chart that there's no entry from my rules. Like not even if there was even if I had a support line right here the way my setup is right now, there's no way for me to get in this trade. I really want to add this though, but hmm. Yeah, I mean, I understand that if there's buyers on the ask, um, no, I get you, Knives, but price still moves in a certain way, and more like for normal times. That's one. That's actually another thing I need to do. Uh, huh. No, I did take that trade. That's a trade we was just looking at. I took the trade afterwards. Trader. That's funny. Oh. This is the setup I was talking about. I want to have. Second green support. Retest and break. Yeah. These things turn around so fast though, man. Be wanting to get them orders off for the price reverses. What did I say about this? Yeah, this is just completely no setup. Second green support, test and break. Vero from Friday. Yeah, I missed this whole joint, man. That was sad. This would have been so easy to stay in too. Nope. Not a single one. Not a single one, Knives. Why not? Well, mm, think this rule is supposed to say EMA right here. Yeah, that's just a great opportunity to make some money. But yeah, you're right. Just throw this chart away, bro. What is this? That was dumb as heck. I don't know what that idea was. I'm cool, Knives. I'm just trying to make sense of my data, bro. Realizing how many of these December trades aren't even like valid setups. Nah, any of these without the actual higher low and all of that stuff, I've never changed that. I've always had the higher low. That's one thing I can stand on. Yep, I am sure. Higher low or double bottom. That's always been right here. Always. This line has never changed. All of December, all like last the whole time I've been streaming, these whole 2 years, bro. I've always had a higher low as my rule. Indeed. Yeah, easier said than done, Chili Dipper. Honestly, Friday I came in and just didn't check any of my boxes of the setup, and I was already in my first trade. That's one thing that's super lacking is just the routine of pulling up a chart and walking down the same process every time of evaluating if there's a trade or not. Most of this data from December is so trash. Like it feels like completely worthless going through this stuff. Paper trade crypto on the weekends. Well, because I can replay trade in my journal. When I have time for that, that's usually what I do. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. BDRX trade. Um, in December. I don't know. I don't even want to look at that sample anymore. I don't know what I was doing. It was actually a really good entry, but it's not according to my rules. But it was a nice low of day Dirk entry. This would have been the entry according to my strategy. Yeah, either here or here. Stop under the low. Jump the gun over here. Got a nice entry though. But yeah, I hadn't quite. January's the best sample of me actually kind of following my strategy, at least on the higher low sense. That was just super extended. Points is trash though. Nah, what I mean by trash is that I didn't follow my rules. Like there's no measurable criteria for me to have taken that trade. So there's nothing to gather from it except that I was being stupid. That's all I mean. Like a good trade is to come in and say, okay, we got lower day here, and then we got higher low double bottom right here, and I entered at the break of the close. Okay, that makes sense. That's a good trade. It's not pretty, like it's choppy, but on principle, I can see what I did. Versus me just buying like a super extended, almost into the high a day break or something like that. I'm looking for that moment where it stops making lower lows and starts making higher lows. And I want to buy that first higher low at support. I don't have an edge right now. My edge would be being patient to wait for the trend to change. But most of the time it's not there. The link. Where's the link? You talking about an email? Yeah, I mean, I want the stock to be overall uptrending, but it's like a 15-minute pullback in an uptrend is a reversal on the 5. So it's still in an uptrend, but I'm just looking for that higher time frame pullback so I can get that long leg up on the 5. Where'd you send this picture to, Pharaoh? Oh, on the Discord. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's my bad. You shorting? Is that what's going on here? Yeah. I think that would make a lot of more sense to myself too. Hmm. Hmm. I'm having a hard time understanding the executions. 5 wave correction. Hmm. It looks interesting. Nah, it's just keeping it simple. It's 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 just like if I was super committed to just one specific thing and I only did that no matter what, like I bet I would be profitable. Dude, is Pharaoh Q in disguise? Is this is that what just happened here? Are you Q? What's up, Brian? Um, you don't remember Q? He used to hang out in here back in the day. He's back from your era. World Star dude? Is that World Star dude? I don't know. Yeah. This is a crazy run though to jump in on the bounce. Yeah, that's crazy work. Nah, I knew it wasn't you, Pharaoh. He had a different username and you guys were both here at the same time on many occasions. Mm. I really I don't anymore. I saw a lot of stocks go without me last week, and it 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 put my FOMO in perspective, and like kind of like Knives been saying over and over, like, did it fit your strategy? No, then don't worry about it. Like, I really just want to be able to chill out and wait for those, because there are trades that like are clearly doing what your system says. There's a whole bunch of trades that kind of sort of do it, where you got, these 3 out of 5 boxes are checked. And then you got this one that has a different 3 out of 5, and this one might have 4 out of 5 boxes checked. And they all kind of sort of look like your setup, but not really. There's something missing to all of them. But then there's those ones that like literally all the boxes are checked. And I really just I would be happy to just wait for those at this point. Well, I mean, honestly, like if you're suggesting that I completely adopt a new system right now, then I mean that's ludicrous. And that's not what I'm here for at all. Uh, you got my gears rolling, Trey. You and Supernova. Hmm. Yeah, I'm down for that, Knives. What do you mean? Yo, Trey, Dirk just dropped a PDF in the Discord. What's up, Knives?
My sounds all fucked up. Hold on. Test 1 2.
Yeah.
Yo. Yeah, I went through all the watch list. Got nothing for Tuesday to trade, man. It's in my own fucking hands.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those days are less stressful. I don't have to worry about fucking so many tickers going off at the same time. That's why I was coming late to your stream.
So you're exclusively swing trading now?
No, I day trade too.
Okay.
I've got some setups that I have to look a certain way for me to day trade them.
Okay.
Yeah. So what you learn in today's backtesting session?
Uh, that I don't have much data, but I'm starting to get some. January's been much better as far as collecting samples with actual like some resemblance of following my rules.
I think I figured it out why you don't want to use December or the runners in December
Why?
because you don't know how to draw fucking lines.
Because I don't know how to draw lines.
Yeah, the horizontal lines, these white lines that you show.
Uh-huh.
Like if you know how to draw these lines, you can just go back to that day, draw them lines in, and then see how the price moves around the lines, and then be like, oh look, this one worked perfectly around my lines.
Yeah, but I'm looking at just my entry criteria on those trades and seeing how I did not follow my entry criteria. So I mean, regardless if the line was there or not, I still didn't follow my entry criteria on most of those trades.
Sure, I get that,
Yeah.
but you okay? So that you didn't follow your entry criteria, that's fine. Doesn't mean those charts did not exist. And if that type of setup or chart appears again, if you did look at December and be like, oh, look, I drew the lines, this is how price moved around these lines. I've seen that before somewhere. I don't remember where, but I've seen this. And then if I take this entry, maybe it'll work. And sometimes it does. But to ignore all of December because you didn't execute properly, I don't know, man.
Well, I just like I
Something
can't.
doesn't sound right about that, you know?
But like if I have a whole bunch of trades that I trade where I broke my rules in the trade, like I took a lower low instead of waiting for the higher low, or I bought it extended from like near high a day, and like if those are completely not what I'm supposed to do, like what do I get from that?
Take out your executions and just look at the price action. It's
Oh
like
yeah, like I'll
every
use the chart for that. Like I'll use the tickers just because I know those tickers were the ones that were on scanners that day. So I'll use those tickers and I'll go and replace them and get some practice drawing lines on them and watching the price action. But I just mean like the actual trading data
oh
is
no, yeah, the trading data is garbage,
yeah,
man.
it's
Like,
garbage.
dude, when I started swing trading last year in February, I went back and looked at every trade, like maybe halfway in, and none of those were the correct setup.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because when I look at February, there were setups that were correct, and because I reviewed all of February, I can see, oh, you know what? 90% of them are garbage in terms of the actual identification of the setup, but the 10%, I can take that and add it to my sample size of working setups that actually worked.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get at. It's like execution doesn't matter. This is real life chart price action. It happened in December. It
Yeah.
fit the criteria on the day before the price even moved within those lines. How could I have traded that with my system? Oh, look, I would have gotten here per my system, and I would have gotten out. And that repetition is what builds your confidence in your setup. Not thinking like, oh, December is like, oh, garbage. I can't use any of it because I didn't follow my plan, blah, blah, blah. That all that doesn't matter, bro.
Hmm.
Just a different perspective on how to backtest. That's it. That's
Yeah,
it.
I got you.
Yeah, you know.
Hmm.
And I was telling Trey the same thing that I would recommend you because actually you're in America. Is that open a Schwab account. It's absolutely free. You don't have to put a dollar in it, and you get access to their platform. Once you have access to their platform, you can literally go tick by tick. There's a on-demand feature
Hmm.
where you click on it, set a date and a time. So what I would do back in the day is I would say, okay, there was a setup that I should have traded better, or I fucked up completely on that day. I'd go back to my time 6:30. I'd hit play, and it'll actually go tick by tick by tick, minute by minute, and the price will play out. And I have the ability to actually get in and get out of a trade as if I mean it's a sim, but it builds that muscle memory. Be like, oh look, there's my setup. There it is, right there. Buy the shit, make sure my shares are right, and then put in a stop right away. And then the price would go and do its thing, and oh look, I get out based on my system.
Yeah.
And that's how I backtest personally. It's really powerful.
Hmm.
And then again, the same thing I told Trey. If you have this feature, go back to losing days too. Don't remember, just know it's a losing day, but but still treat it as if you're looking for your setup
Yeah.
because that actually helps you um, have perspective of okay, look, I saw my setup. It was an A+ setup. I got in. Fuck, it stopped me out. I move on. So what? Who cares? And I build that losing is part of the system and part of the game.
Mhm.
But yet, if I go back and look at like 20 trades and add up all the R's that I got out of it, holy shit, I'm plus X amount of R's. So
Mm.
those losing trades don't matter because my winners are, you know, more than my losses. And
Yeah.
that's kind of how you get the bigger picture of your system. Focusing on your execution on the day when your rules change every other day, that benefits you very little.
Hmm.
Just a different way of doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm feel like I'm back to a point where I don't feel confident about anything right now.
That means you got to work harder, look at more of the history, build a more refined system, ins, outs, what you want to look for. Higher low is a great thing to have. I'm not saying it's not. That's okay. If higher low is going to be my core of my system, if I look for higher lows in the last 50 trades, how did the results happen? How many R's will I have at the end of the day? And like, holy shit, I just checked fucking November, all of December, and all of January. I only traded higher lows. I completely ignored all of my execution. And look, this R is this amount. Oh shit, R, higher lows work in a bigger sample size. And if you say higher low is your core, you go back test 20, 30 samples and it look, holy shit, I actually have a negative number. If I traded this higher low perfectly, then you have to rethink, okay, higher lows is not working in this market. I have to adjust. But you only know that if you looked at lots and lots of trades in the last months and months and months. That's why I have all of 2025 all documented. I can see how my system performs in certain months, how my system kind of dips in other months. Look, summertime is a lower volatility season. My system works, but the win rate is lower and my risk to reward is lower. I know for next year, around this time frame, I'm going to take profits faster, earlier, because I know that it works, but it doesn't go as far. And that's how you adjust, but you only can do that if you know all the previous year's data for that system. That's why I've always pushed you back test, back test, back test. That's the only way you know for sure, because history cannot change. It happened. It existed. It spiked on the after doing certain things. Will they do it again? Who knows? But we don't know what the market's going to do tomorrow. We don't know what the market's going to do in 5 years. But we know what history did, and we can adjust our system accordingly. For you, just stick to one system. Get a big sample size. That's why I emphasize at the beginning of the year. I challenge you not to change your system for one whole month. Didn't really do that. Go very well, right?
No.
But you've realized that it's the adjustment of their system is what's causing you to regret all these trades in December. Oh, look, my system didn't work. Oh, I didn't follow my rules. But that's because your rules are so fucking ebb and flow. That's all it is, dude.
Yeah.
You're doing it the right way, though, man. You're sizing down. You're losing money that doesn't fucking matter. What the hell's $2? Like, this is perfect. This is a great time to learn. But now that you've sized down, I'm pushing you how to work harder. Looking at executions, getting depressed that you're not following your rules, that doesn't do you any fucking good, bro. Take out your executions. Okay, on December 3rd, there were two gappers. Okay, I'm going to take those two charts. I'm going to start fresh at the opening of the mark. I'm going to have my lines in, and then I'm going to watch it tick by tick to see what it did at those levels. Oh shit! Look what I just saw. Maybe if I take a trade here, look, it actually worked. That's how you refine your system. But you got to do so much more work, brother. So much more.
Yeah.
And most people won't do it. That's why they fail. They won't fucking put in the work. That's why Kobe is Kobe. So just some tips and tricks, dude. I mean, you're fine. You're fine. Like honestly, shouldn't get all emotional about $2. Honestly, dude. Like
I'm not emotional
that's
about the
the
two
truth.
bucks. It's just about
Winning,
the journey.
your ego, your pride.
Not the.
What is this?
What do you? Bro. I'm. This is something that I really want to do, and it's hasn't been working out for a very long time.
Agreed. But you were also didn't have a mentor. You're also kind of freeballing by a bunch of YouTube channels that you don't know who's right, who's wrong. All these different systems, these Furus. We got Ross, we got Lance. We got all. I mean, there's so much information on YouTube in terms of how to trade. It's sadly half of that. I would say even 75% of that shit is garbage. But here's the fun thing. You take somebody that you respect, let's just say Ross, and you fucking backtest the shit out of his system. If it doesn't work for you and how he trades, at least you did the work and you didn't lose any fucking money. Then find somebody else. Oh, you know what? This EMA guy seems to be making a lot of sense. I think I can trade that way. All right, cool. Learn his system and then go back to all the fucking charts the last 2, 3, 4 months and trade exactly how his system is defined. Holy shit, it's working. I kind of like it. It's pretty easy. I can execute properly. There's very little room to make mistakes, etc., etc. And then you adopt it and you start building 1 hour, $2, $5, whatever, and then you grow. It's that simple, dude. Listening to 15 different people and their opinions about trading in your chat, I love them all, but it's just fucking noise.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know there's no other way forward from this point, but through this going through my journal and the data. So
100%.
yeah, nothing to do but to do it.
Yeah, something I've come to realize, and I think I've talked about this in the past, and this is something I fully embraced last December, was the idea of sacrifice. Like we sacrifice our time, we sacrifice our effort, we sacrifice blood, guts, and tears to achieve what we achieve. How many people in this world actually find success without sacrifice? Fucking doctors go through 10 years of education, you know, engineers, fucking architects, whatever. All those fucking years of studying and doing what it takes to get the goal that we all want in our head is all through sacrifice. You know, we want our kids to be good people. What do? We sacrifice being an asshole to them, yelling at them, screaming at them, making sure they walk the right path because we're assholes or because we fucking have to sacrifice what we feel is the right thing to do in order to achieve the goals that we want. So let me ask you this. What are you sacrificing?
Hmm.
I was just yelling at my daughter this morning, so it's kind of on my mind. But you're a dad, so you get it,
Yeah, for sure.
right? Right? You get it. It
Yep.
relates. It's easy to be the cool parent, But when they turn into a fucking spoiled little brat, can't blame the kid. Fucking blame the parents.
Yeah.
Man, so back to trading. What are you willing to sacrifice to make sure you're a fucking millionaire in the next few years? How much more work are you willing to dedicate to this craft? Or are you just gonna fucking find a job where you work mindlessly and wonder why we struggle?
Yeah, no,
Right?
I'm
I mean,
keep
most people work and they turn off their brains because it's not hard, but they don't want to work harder to make something and they wonder why their fucking boss is a bitch to them. But then when you ask them, hey, are you studying after work? Are you improving yourself? Ah, I'm too tired, too lazy. My boss always pushing me down. It's his fault. It's her fault. It's like I'm getting off tangent, but I think you get what my point is, right?
yeah, yeah, I got you.
That sacrifice was a big game changer in my mind.
Yeah, there's definitely more that needs to be sacrificed, and I know it. And it's gonna have to be sacrificed.
Commit, dude. Show yourself how much you want it. I've got an 8-year-old kid, and I've unfortunately have to sacrifice some time away from her in order to make this fucking work to give her a better life.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But we as adults can see the bigger picture. They might not understand, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna fucking die after I become rich. She gets a better life because of it. That's worth it.
Yeah. All facts, bro.
We'll see, Trey. I don't know, man. I've got a lot of fucking demons in my closet too, brother. I mean, I was read all of last year. So I'm still learning myself, but gotta have the right mindset first, in my opinion.
Yeah,
The psychology behind it.
no doubt.
The strategy will come. Buying breakouts is not that fucking hard. Buying setups is not that hard. Like this higher low concept that you talk about, Hysen. Is it really that hard to wait?
Nah,
Not really, right?
it's not.
It's not. I see you sitting in trades for fucking an hour. Yeah, you're sitting there fucking sweating balls, but you are waiting instead of exiting, expecting it to go up. Sometimes it does it, sometimes it does. But you have the patience, you're showing yourself you have the patience to wait for some sort of exit strategy, which is awesome. You have that patience. Now apply that to the buying. Same thing.
Mhm. Yeah, I feel like the main thing I gotta do is settle on what I'm here to do. And I'm still last week I felt inclined to flip flop a lot because of things that I missed or things that didn't go perfectly. I just immediately wanted to change some things. Still very much a reflex.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's always going to be a battle. AEVA was literally an A plus plus setup, but it did not give me a buy entry, and I saw that thing fucking run
Yeah.
like 10R right off the bat, like, but it did give me a signal. So in my old self would be like, fuck, I'm gonna fucking FOMO into this shit and not give a fuck anymore. But then it gets better, and now I'm sitting here watching it run without me, and it's like I don't give a fuck because my NBY, I'm up 40R on that shit,
Yeah.
and it gave me the perfect entry.
Mm.
So who cares if you miss a trade? Who fucking cares? My discipline to stay out of it is way more valuable than me making money,
Right.
as Pharaoh would say. Are we here to make money, or are we here to fucking trade our system make money, right?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, cool, dude. I'll help you profitable, but like, it's not for me. It's like, I can't do it that way. I can't just chase it for the dollar. I've done that before. It never turns out well. And he's probably maybe a younger trader, and he's found some success chasing certain things. But I bet you, if he sits down and really analyzes it and be like, oh, I should have, if I waited for this entry, I could have made even more money.
Mm.
Or, if I could have skipped this formal trade, I would have lost this money. You build that consistency of what you like to see and what you don't like to see, and it's it's self-defining.
Brian, I've been reflecting on that concept, Brian, on writing things down and keeping them in view, and the concept of manifesting. And I think a lot about the concept of prayer and how we're instructed to repetitiously pray for things. And even just like the concept of asking for God for something over and over again, what that does to you psychologically, that you're seeking it on a repetitious basis, on a regular basis. And kind of similar to establishing your goals and writing them down and reading them on a regular basis. And it reminds me, my morning routine is so bad. I still have not gotten that to where it needs to be. I had it at one point where I felt like it was really powerful, and I had things that I read, and my objective in the market, and my what I wanted the success for, and all of those things, keeping those things fresh in the morning. Man, I'm sure I have this stuff written down somewhere. Yeah, I'm Kobe
Yeah, I
walked
love that
in
idea
right
too.
now. He slapped me up.
A lot of times we when we don't write shit down, we have memories of things that we thought were important, and then what we don't realize is memory fucking lies to us.
Yeah.
But when you write it down, that's all right there. Like, oh shit, I did feel that way. Oh shit, this was a good system or setup. Instead of, oh, that one time, some fucking 3 months ago, I did this and all that. I mean, so I agree 100% too.
Hmm.
So when you starting?
Right now. Right now.
Hey, I'm an asshole, man. I'm gonna ask you the hard questions, bro.
Nah, I mean that's the furthest from an asshole right there, man. That's what we need.
I know you're sitting there fucking hesitating, man. It's like, fuck, I have to do it now? What? It gets easier, man.
Yeah.
It's like that Atomic Habits, if anyone's read that book.
Man, I love that
Those
book.
little steps, right?
Yeah.
Atomic Habits is not eye-opening, right? I think deep down everybody understood that. You fucking, you know, do
I
certain
benefited a
things.
lot from the concepts of like habit stacking. Although I kind of already did that, but I just I to hear it spoken about as a really good concept, I habit stack a lot when I'm trying
Yeah,
to build new habits.
yeah, it's good shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it all comes down to willpower, unfortunately. Like most people were never really taught or trained or emphasized in life. Like, if you think about it, right? This whole thing all comes down to discipline. Something we've talked about 100 damn times.
Yeah.
But when growing up, were we really fucking folk told to be disciplined about anything, to stick to anything, to don't give up on anything, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's one of the milestone, not milestone, but one of the pillars that I'm trying to empower my daughter is this idea of consistent willpower. But honestly, looking back on my childhood, yeah, I was fucking like, hey, do your thing. Why? Because it's right. Why? I don't know. Just fucking do it. Shut up. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when it comes to trading, and when all the pros are like, "Oh, you got to be disciplined, you got to follow your systems," like, and you wonder why 95% of people fail. It's because we weren't fucking raised to be disciplined people. We were told to get up, fucking go to work. Oh, I'm 10 minutes late. Oh well,
Yeah.
shit like that, right? And then you go to the military, and I think you said you were in the military, and they fucking shove that shit down your throat, and you're like, "Oh fuck, wow, this is different," It's like I gotta do what? I fucking fine.
Yeah.
Then you realize, oh fuck, this is actually pretty good. It's pretty powerful. I'll take that, fucking apply it to trading. I learned this late in my life, to be honest. I was not the most disciplined person. Fuck, fuck, you don't even know, brother. You don't even know. I would say I became a man in my 40s.
Yeah.
Yeah, personally, for me. Fucking going to sleep late, waking up late, going to school late, skipping on classes, not doing homework. I mean, all the cliche shit that it's like cool to do because you're a kid, give a fuck. But then you go into life and you're like, oh fuck, why is everything so hard? Why is my boss yelling at me because I'm fucking 5 minutes late? What's his deal?
Yeah.
And then you're thinking like, oh, this is who cares? I hate my boss anyways. Oh, trading, I have to do the same thing. Fuck, shit. Follow rules. Oh no, no, I can do whatever I want. It's fucking Wild Wild West. Price goes up, I make money. You know what I mean?
Man.
And we're like, oh, that's how you make money. You have to follow systems. Like, wait, I don't want to follow. I fucking want to just wake up late and like 2 minutes before bell start. I want to hit buttons and make money, dude. That's what the fucking YouTubers say. Drive Lambos. Right? It's like, you wonder why we fail in the beginning. All traders fail in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like they come into this world where it's like, oh fuck, what is this? In the chaos, there's structure, and if you find that structure, you will succeed.
Hmm.
Stocks is the epitome of chaos. Honestly, we have what 400 stocks in the market, all doing its own fucking thing, going up, going down, based on whatever variables and factors that wants to. Even the gappers. This is narrowed down to the gappers in the penny world, right?
Yeah.
Oh, look, it's gapping up on great news. Why is it not going up? What the fuck? Why does this one hold at support and this one doesn't? What the fuck? And then you realize it can do whatever the fuck it wants. These lines, structure, they don't matter to anything because they don't apply to every stock.
Yeah.
But but the funny thing is, if you stick to a specific system, in the long run, just like a casino, you will make money. That's the bizarre thing about it. The casino has a what, 55% based on the game of success rate, and you hear stories of people winning money in Vegas, yet they're still the billionaires that they are. Why? Because they have an edge and they only care about the big scheme of things. They don't care about any individual millionaire jackpot winner on the slots because they know they'll make it all back and more. So that's the game we need to play too. Fuck the day-to-day results. Look at the grand scheme of things and how our edge is working out in the long run. That's why I always emphasize win rate versus the reward. What are those stats? I asked Trey. He knows exactly what it is immediately. And you say the same about your system. And if you don't, figure it out. It's not that hard.
Hmm.
There's some things for you to think about, bro.
I sure appreciate it, bro.
All good.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go back to reviewing some more trades. I'll talk to you later.
All right, bro. Thanks a lot, man.
All good.
Got a lot of fans in the chat too.
That's cool, but it doesn't make me rich.
Later, bro. Uh, damn. Uh, Straight up Trey. Yeah, when I get off stream, I have an hour after my stream that I use to take screenshots and do my review and log my journal and all of that. Sometimes it's spent sulking in front of the charts though, instead of doing actual productive work. Hmm. Yeah. It's like more and more I realize that there's no room for like the half-assing. Like there's just literally no room for any of it. And like the margin of error is so small. Yeah. Mm. Wow. I know that was sad. Come on, man. What a fire trade. Damn. That makes it super simple. So my entry should always be after a red 15. I think there's no way around that. And not that kind. I can do that. I would say probably all my winners are buying after a red 15. Well, these are all continuations. This one should have been. This is when I had the extra higher low. I think I had to see the. Yeah, this is going back too far. All right, one. How is this in the? Yeah, that's trash. FTEL, I have no trade executions for some reason. There's another one. These trades suck. That's the problem. There's one. There's one. I mean, it just makes sense if I wouldn't want to buy it after it went up for 15 minutes. And if I'm buying a downtrend, a reversal on the 5, like it's kind of like what I was explaining in the trade earlier, that a reversal on the 5 is just a pullback on the 15. I thought you was counting. Here's another one. But I mean, you can just see the entries. Like, oh, this is the 5. There we go. Some of my trades suck too, man. Yeah. Poor stop management here. Maybe not. It's a pretty big retracement. My sell on YBCD. Was that here? Up here. In at 139, out at 153. I'll be trading the hourly here in a minute. All right, so before Monday comes, I got a pretty good outline for my morning routine. Um, and I got a pretty good outline for my after stream routine. I want to fill the outline and make it an actual solid routine by Monday. And Tuesday. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. I can get some work done on Monday too. Yeah. All right, we got some time to prepare. Cool. All right, y'all. Well, cool little session. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Well, definitely got more to do. Lots to do for a Monday come. But anyway, hit that like button for me, y'all. Subscribe if you haven't. Discord links in the description. I'll let y'all Tuesday. Peace.